This is Miss Hurst from Hamilton County Schools in Chattanooga. Today we're going to continue working with The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street. So I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see the warm-up, because I do want you to take a couple of minutes and answer this question. When you retell a story, do you ever leave out certain information? Why or why not? Pause me while you do this warm-up and then press play. All right, so I don't know what you guys were thinking, but I know for me, when I retell a story, I do leave out certain information. So, for example, if I'm telling someone a story about what someone else did, I'm not going to give every word that they said. I'm just going to get to the important points, right? I'm going to emphasize what I really want to be told. So today what we're going to do is we're going to watch a video version of The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street, and we're really going to think about why the author of the video, or the creator of the video, chose to emphasize certain things in their retelling of this story, The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street. So I think the author did the video creator did a really good job of emphasizing the theme. So just a reminder, the theme of The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street is our attitudes can be just as dangerous as outside threats. Okay? So what we're going to do today is we're going to think about why the author made these changes and how those changes highlight the theme of The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street. Okay? So I want you to make this chart because you are going to add to it, because at the end of today's lesson, you guys are going to do an essay, okay? All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to go back to my chart and add some information to it. So.
Suburban on a pleasant Saturday afternoon. But in a few moments, everything will change for the residents of Maple Street, as they discover that the monsters they fear may already be among them.
Okay, so holiday decorations up after Thanksgiving and down on the 6th of January. Great. Is there any other business?
I'm a little confused about the decorations. People are just going to put up anything they want.
No. Look, everybody gets to decorate. It's just you get to decide whether you want snowmen or, say, wise men.
Oh, but it's so nice when all the houses look the same. If everybody used white lights and maybe a wreath on their door with some nice red ribbon.
You know, which shade of red? Tomato or fire engine?
Glad to see you're enjoying yourself, Will, but the rest of us actually care about how the neighborhood looks.
Yeah.
All right, so just starting there, I've already noticed a couple of changes that I think really, I'll make myself so you can see me, I think really highlight the theme. So the first change was the narrator literally said, the monsters they fear may already be among them. I think that this highlights the theme that our own attitudes can be just as dangerous as outside threats, because it warns the viewer that the monsters are not outside of the group. They are already there, okay? So at this point, we don't know what the monsters are, except for that they are already there, okay? So this gets us really thinking that maybe something inside can be an issue. The second change that I noticed is that the neighbors are together discussing Christmas decorations. How does this highlight the theme? The neighbors are clearly not welcoming to change or differences. This can cause prejudice, which we know is what causes some of the issues later in the story, right? Because they are so resistant to change and so resistant to anyone being different. That prejudice that they have really causes some of the issues later in the story. All right, what we're going to do is I'm going to keep playing the video, and I want you to just keep adding to this chart, okay? Like I said, we are going to be doing an essay later, so the more that you put in this chart, the more you are going to have for your video or for your essay. All right, I'm going to minimize myself and press play.
Well, let's not drag this out. Some of us would also like to go home and watch the football game.
Sorry. It's just that when Brent and I lived on the base, everything was so uniform.
I'm sure the base is nicely decorated.
Living on the base now, fellas.
Anyway, we're a little short on numbers. Can we really make a decision without a quorum?
My opinion, they don't care enough to show up. They get no say in the matter.
It's not that they don't care. It's the soccer finals this afternoon. Over half the families in the neighborhood have kids that are playing today.
I know it's a radical idea, but we could reschedule the meeting.
My kids are in the soccer final too, and I'm here. These meetings are on the third Saturday of each month. That's
Set in stone.
agreed upon. Now, Holly will type a notice about the decorations, and we will notify everybody. Any other business?
Yeah, the new family at the end of the street. That fence they built.
Chain link fence.
Well, it's unsightly and unfriendly.
Well, that family's a weird bunch. Did you guys notice? They were the only ones on the block that did not fly a flag on Veterans Day.
They just moved in, Dylan. Maybe they hadn't unpacked their flag yet.
Come on, Will. There were plenty of flags on sale down at Home Depot. They could have picked one up. You notice they're not here?
Maybe they're at the soccer game.
No, the kids aren't on the team. I got the list when I tried to make this lug join the league. No new names. So, they aren't at the game, and they couldn't be bothered to show up here either.
Did anybody invite them? Has anybody even talked to them?
I wanted to include a welcome to the neighborhood in the newsletter, but nobody came up with their name.
I'm sure that if we make them feel welcome, they'll be more than happy to participate.
Okay. I will send them a note. Now, if there's no other business,
Hey! My kitty died!
We're traveling to another dimension. Dimension not only of sight and sound, but mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are only that of the imagination. You're entering the Twilight Zone.
Was that an earthquake?
No, Sonny.
Sonic boom might shatter a few windows, but it wouldn't knock out power.
whatever it was, knocked out power in all the houses on the street.
Now, did the power go out before the boom?
Which difference does that make?
Sound has to travel. Whatever was gonna have miles from here. Maybe transformer glue.
We had a generator on the base for emergencies like this.
What about the thing with the cell phones before the power died? That was weird.
Yeah, mine's still not working. Anybody else?
No, nothing. Not even any little dots.
This is just like I-4. Independence Day. The movie. With Will Smith. Aliens invade the world and blow everything up.
Can it, Jason?
Brett called me this week to warn me. He said we went on orange alert 2 days ago.
What the hell does that mean?
He's overseas. He says there's been chatter on the terrorist networks. He says we have to be watchful.
Alright. There's a difference between watchful and paranoid. People are getting reported to the government for buying pita bread.
Maybe they should be reported. I mean, has somebody been paying attention when Timothy McVeigh bought all that fertilizer?
Explain to me how buying pita bread is going to help you make an explosive device.
It's not how they use it. It's that they use it. My opinion, shows, they're not from here.
Why would a terrorist want to attack our neighborhood?
There's the reservoir. That's right. You see, it's not just for sailing your fancy boat on. That's the water supply for the whole county.
Oh, until I know what is going on, I'm gonna get my kids from the soccer field. I'll go with my kids are there too.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here. Be watchful. Start. Nothing happens when we turn over. That's my mind.
I think we should walk over to the soccer field. Who's coming with me?
Tyrone, it's 15 miles. There's no reason to believe the cars aren't working over there. Maybe everybody's on their way back here right now.
That's easy for you to say, Holly. You don't have any kids.
Brent told me about electromagnetic pulses. They cover huge areas. Stop computers from working. Stop power from working.
All our cars have computer chips in them.
That would explain why my son's game thing stopped working in the cell phones.
What causes that? Solar flare?
Terrorists. They'll knock everything out, then invade.
That's it. Getting my gun.
Oh, let's not panic.
Whoa, no. Come on, come on. Now our cars aren't working, our phones aren't working, and there's nothing on the radio but dead air. What about the explosion? Did we imagine that?
Okay, let's just not go pulling out our guns, okay? There's no invasion. There's just us. We're all friends.
Yeah. We are friends. But what about them? What about the newbies? Them come out. Family that put up a fence on Maple Street.
So what?
So it's weird. Your power's dead, your phone's dead. Your neighbors are standing in the street. You don't go outside to find out what's happening. Unless maybe you already know.
That is quite a leap to make, Dylan. I'm sure they're just scared.
Scared people band together.
Maybe someone should go and see if they're okay.
I'll go. Find out what they know. So first they move in the middle of the night. So they want to keep us from seeing what they're doing. Who's in the dark?
Maybe they moved from far away.
Oh yeah, like Iowa. Talking. Hey, Marshall, we are not at work. So do not talk to me like I work on the line.
Sorry. Dylan, when these people are ready to panic, you and me, the only ones with a head for emergencies here. We don't want these people flying off the handle. Hi, I'm Will Marshall, your neighbor. I'm just checking to see everything's okay.
Come on, open that damn door. What the hell are you doing in there?
Would that make you open the door? Let's go.
So quiet. It's creepy. On Saturdays, people have their music cranked up, football games blaring, or something. It's weird how they hold up in there.
I just want to be left alone, sweetie. It's still a free country.
I know that. Stop acting so smug like you're the only one that knows what's going on. No wonder we don't fit in here. You act so above everyone.
You want to fit in with people like Phyllis, who's afraid to do anything unless it's approved by a military committee, or Dylan, who's afraid his sperm count will drop if he actually used his brain for 5 minutes?
They're our neighbors.
You wanted to move here, honey. I didn't.
I thought it was a good place to settle in, to start a family. disrupts our life and nobody takes it in stride anymore. Maybe the way the world is right now, we can't help but react that way. I don't want to be like that.
Okay, let's not be.
I thought we were going to be doing something useful. Setting up a perimeter, finding weapons, getting ready to defend ourselves, protect our families.
We don't know yet if we're under attack.
If we haven't been attacked, then where is everybody? And why are they just leaving us here to fend for ourselves?
The government will do something. My husband, you know he's a captain. They'll send someone and they'll rescue us.
Shut up, Phyllis. They got their hands full at ground zero. The rest of us are left on our own. Nobody's coming.
I thought you were going to help.
Stop patronizing me.
You were scaring everyone.
What did you call me?
You don't want me to think you're a jerk, then stop acting like one.
Safeguards power.
And a car.
He came back for his family because he knew it was going to happen.
They'd have to be pretty stupid terrorists to let us know they're the only ones with electricity.
Their house could be a beacon to show the terrorists where to bomb. If they're after the reservoir,
Well, then they'd die with us.
well, that's what terrorists do. Red says we don't understand their methods. We wouldn't sacrifice ourselves, but obviously they would.
Look, these people are perfectly happy to blow themselves up with a bunch of kids. They could be up that anything.
Hey, Simon and Jeff, where are they? Do you think that guy had to drive right by them 4 minutes?
Well, up there.
Put the gun away. I'll go talk to them.
They didn't let you in the last time you tried.
Well, I won't leave until they talk to me this time. Look, I don't think they're terrorists, but I'm sure we'd all feel a lot better with some answers.
Will,
It's all right. I'll be right back.
I think I should go in there.
They're just talking.
They seem awful friendly to me.
Look, everything's fine. He's not a terrorist. He works on the night shift for an electronics firm. The family has a plan that if there's trouble, if there's a problem, he's not home, they don't open the door.
What about the car? What about the
Well,
electricity?
they don't know about it. They don't know why that is. But look, just because they have a car that works and electricity doesn't make him a terrorist. Look, they offered to come outside. I told them not to. Not in this environment.
What? Told them not to? What are you, their spokesman?
There's a guy out here with a gun who was scared.
Will. Dad, please!
us or one of them.
You know, Will, he's not a terrorist. It's them that you want. We will not take the fall for them.
You think I'm a terrorist? Huh? You think I'm a terrorist? Who's the one with the gun? Who's the one that's been inciting people from the beginning? Who's the one with an intricate knowledge of every terrorist bombing? Huh? Who's the one that brought up the idea of bombing the reservoir? And what about you fellas? How come we haven't mentioned Captain Brand?
Where did you say you were stationed?
This is exactly what the terrorists want, for us to mistrust each other. We were in this together, and now we're ready to rip each other's heads off. They haven't set a foot in the neighborhood, and they've won. Feel like if you want to shoot, go ahead. When this is over, you're going to be accountable.
Hey, Dad,
What?
come here. Look. What is it?
It's a spy camera on my house. The guy over there works at an electronics firm. He works at night. He's out here on the street while we're all asleep. He's the only one that would have done this.
Yeah, there might be more.
Holly,
If it's other them, let it be them.
you said we wouldn't be like this, Holly.
Things are different now.
Hey, I just found this device wedged under the shutters. Want to bet they bugged the phones too?
They're coming out of there, Marshall. One way or another.
There has to be another explanation.
Then why don't you tell us what that is?
Yeah, let's go.
Don't do this. Steve. Hey, come on. Corey, please.
Come on out, tell us what's going on.
Why aren't they coming out?
Right. How did you say they wanted to come out, Will?
You now?
I said I would.
Maybe we should break in.
Good, they're probably on.
I'll get him out.
Let's go, son.
So, in the event of a perceived terrorist attack, isolated communities will sustain themselves for 5 hours.
Do you think they can get power on in that one house?
Beats me. Tell you one thing, if the other civilian security tests were like this, we're all in trouble.
It isn't enough for a sole voice of reason to exist. In this time of uncertainty, we're so sure that villains lurk around every corner that we will create them ourselves if we can't find them. For while fear may keep us vigilant, it's also fear that tears us apart. A fear that sadly exists only too often outside the Twilight Zone.
All right, hopefully you took some time to add to your charts. So what we're going to do now is, ooh, it's still playing in the background. What we're going to do now is we are going to take that chart that we just did, and you are going to write a little bit of an essay. What I want you to do is open up a Google Doc or however it is that you guys are doing your writing. And I want you to remember that good readers are really going to pay attention to those changes that the author makes. So it makes perfect sense that we're now going to write this essay where you're going to compare and contrast how the video and the story portray the theme and evaluate which one did a better job. So you're going to take that chart you just made and you're going to write an essay about that. All right, have a wonderful rest of your day. Go get started writing.